on this till?
No, not so far. Again, just got to keep reading it.
Yeah. So that's a very important. Please read them. And so this access modifier is a crucial. If you understand them, so you are good with the program. So if anything, if you want to access, basically the permissions are given by access modifiers. Wherever I am referring access modifiers, you have to refer always public, private, protected, default. These are the 4 keywords you need to refer. Non-access modifier keywords means you have to refer final, static, abstract, transient, volatile. These are the non-access modifier keywords means. So non-access modifier keywords doesn't provide a permissions. Scope it won't decide. But what is the purpose of them? Their purpose is different. Their functionality is different. But the access modifier purpose is providing the permissions. Where to use, where not to use, your class, method, variable, and constructor. So these 4, if you want to use somewhere, you have to apply first to this access modifier. That means you are giving a permission. You are setting the permission on those class, method, variable, and constructor. If you set the permission only, then you can access anywhere. If you are just not using any keyword, then it's going to be default only. Okay, make sure you provide where you want to access that. Based on that, you apply that keyword. You want to use everywhere, so which keyword you need to apply? Public. You want to use that variable or method or so class or no constructor in the same package, you have to declare them as a default. Private, so you don't want to give a permission to anybody outside the your class. Only within the class only you want to give. Within the class only you want to access. Then you declare them private. So variables, methods, constructors, you can declare public, private, but not class. Class cannot be private. So protected also, you can declare variables, methods, constructors protected, but you cannot declare class as a protected. But where you can access this protected? Within the same package, any class. Outside subclasses. Outside package subclasses. When you extend parent class to child class, that time protected members you can access there. That is the all access modifier related. So what is a main method? So tomorrow you need to explain first access modifiers. Okay. So you have to explain to me, and I am asking to do one selfie also. So that also when you complete learning, if you keep doing that, that will help you explanation and you explain. So I'm explaining about the access modifiers. So what are types of modifiers? What is modifier? And non-access modifier, these keywords, access modifier, these keywords, and explain one by one keyword. Okay, so next, main method is signature. Main method is a predefined method. It is created by Java. So your main program execution starts from main method, the beginning part. So it starts from this, the structure of a main method: public, static, void, main, string, square brackets. This means this is an array. ARGS is the arguments. Then curly bracket, executable statements. Only which statements you write under this. So those things only will be executed first. So even not first, whatever you write in between these curly brackets, only that lines of code only will execute. Other lines won't execute. So that's the main method. So you know public, right? So what is meant by static? So what is meant by static? The static is a non-access modifier keyword. Just now we discussed, right? Final, static, abstract. These three are non-access modifier keywords. So static keyword So in Java, you use it to declare your methods, blocks, variables, as well as a nested classes. You can declare them as a static. So what are the things you can declare as a static? Methods, blocks, static blocks you can create, static variables you can declare, and also nested classes. Nested classes is main class inside another class. That nested class you can declare as a static, not main class. Nested classes you can declare as a static. So where to use them? You can, so where to use, on the methods, blocks, variables, and the nested classes. When to use this? So when to use static keyword? If some property is common to all objects, then make that property as a static. So then it won't occupy more memory. That's the main purpose of static keyword. If they ask you this, the interview question also. So what is mean by static? So what do you understand about static? A static is a non-access modifier keyword, which can be applied on methods, blocks, variables, and nested classes. So when to use this static keyword? Where to use? Answer is this one, on these places. And when to use is, this is the answer. If any property common to all objects, then make that property as a static. So then why they made main method as a static? Because for every line execution, you need to call main method. So this main method will be called for every line, will call the main method to execute that line. If any line you want to execute, you need to call the main method. So it's a common for all the lines of code execution, right? That's why they made it as a static. Then what will happen if you make a static? It won't occupy much memory. So the memory occupies only once. And you can reuse the same memory. That is the purpose of static keyword. Static keyword, so saves the memory means why it saves? Once you declare a static, any method, variable, or anything, only one time memory allocates in the class area memory. You remember the class area memory we discussed, the memories. So what are the different memories?
We have the method one. Sorry.
You should not forget, sir. The basics is very, very strong, I am saying. How strong you are in basics, that will give you a lot of confidence on the programming. You revise so that you have to spend more time on basics only. So again, I'm repeating: method area, heap area, stack area, PC register, native method stack. These are the 5 memory areas. What are the memory areas? Method area, heap area, stack, PC register, native method stack. So these are the memory areas. In the method area, what will store? All the static variables, static methods, static data will store in the method area. Okay. So before running your code, first they will go and store there. Only one time memory allocates for them. Only one time memory allocates for them. Okay. So static class members are shareable across all the instances of same class. You can, so if you call all the shareable areas, so same memory will be reused. It won't create another memory. That is the static purpose. So static variables have to be declared at a class level and cannot be declared at method level. That means method inside you cannot declare. Only at class level only. Class below you can declare static variables. So static class members are shareable across all instances of same class. The static variable is a class level variable shared among all the instances of the class. That means any instance can be used this static variable. So static variable can be used to refer the common property of all objects. So basically static means a common property. So it shares the the data or method, anything. So in Java, static keyword is usually used for memory management purpose. So why to declare any variable as a static is? So for example, you want to use that static variable across many places. Then you can declare that as a static so that it occupies so memory only once, and then you can reuse that same variable. So for example, you see that suppose you are working at say a company, say a number of employees are working there too, many employees are working, right? All these employees have a different identity, name, age, address, but all share the same company name, right? So a common company name. Then you have to declare a common property as a static so that it will not create a new memory for each employee, because the common thing you should not declare, but this one is different. Every employee name is different, every employee age is different, his address is different, but company name is not going to be different, right? It's a common. Such kind of common things, you make them as a static. So you declare that company name as a static variable. Okay, so that's one example. So consider a class that models a car. Car have engines, but no two cars share the same engine, right? So this means that each car has an engine that belongs to it exclusive. Therefore, an engine in a car class would be a non-static attribute of the class. However, the brand name of a car is shared across all instances of the class. So, right? So Toyota or Kia or Honda or Hyundai. So anything that brand name is, you can share between the two cars. That's the common. The common things you make them as a static. Okay. Suppose there are 500 students in college. All instance data members will get memory each time when object is created. But all students have its unique roll number, name. So instance data member is good for that. But college name refers to all the students, right? So college name here is a common. So you should not declare that as a non-static. You have to declare them as a static. So only college name you have to declare as a static. The remaining things, that is a unique for each student. So for unique thing, you have to declare as a non-static. A common thing you have to declare as a static. So these are the main things you need to remember. Say class student, int roll number, string name, static string college. See college name we are declaring as a static, but these things we didn't declare as a static because these are unique for each student. Okay, so that is the purpose of a static keyword. So what is a static method syntax without parameters? So this is the one: access modifier, static, void, method name, parenthesis. This is called round bracket is called parenthesis. Curly bracket, method body. Now we have seen main method. Main method is one of the method given by Java for your program execution. But you want to create your own main method, own static method. So then this is the syntax. So I have given access modifiers. What are the access modifiers?
Public, protected, private, and default.
Right? So you can use any one keyword there. See, I'm creating 4 methods here. See, access modifier I used private. Static as it is I have written. Void as it is I have written. Method name I put a yum. And parenthesis, no parameters. And method body. Then see next here, what is the access modifier we used here?
Default.
We started from here, default. See, static keyword before access modifier is there, but that access modifier place is a blank. That means it's a default. That's how we need to recognize that. Static void M2. So that means this can be used in the same package any class, but this can be used only in this class only because of private. Protected static void M3, public static void M4. So these things you can use anywhere in the project, but this one same package any class and subclasses. Static method syntax with the parameters. Here see no parameters, right? No parameters. Parameters are declared within the parenthesis. So inside here. So this round bracket inside you will declare parameters. So that is called with parameters. Means see access modifier, static, void, method name, bracket, data type, P1, comma, data type, P2, comma, data type, P3, and so on. How many parameters you want to declare, you can declare. So what is the parameter syntax? Data type, parameter. That's a syntax. Parameter declaration syntax. So if you want one more parameter, you have to put a comma. Then again, first data type, parameter 2. So this is how you will declare a parameters. So public static void M5. So see, the data type is int A. So A is the parameter name and the A data type is an integer. So B is the parameter, B data type is a float. C is the parameter, char is the data type. Static variable syntax. So access modifier, static, data type, variable name equal to variable value. So this is the static variable syntax. Access modifier, static, data type, variable name equal to variable value, semicolon. So access modifier here we declare default. Static string S equal to selenium. Public static string college name equal to JNU. Private static int I equal to 10. Protected static float X equal to 25.5. See, these are the 4. So 4 types of access modifiers we used here. Default, public, private, protected. So this is called assignment operator. What is mean by assignment operator? You are assigning this right side value to this variable. You are assigning this value to this variable. You are assigning this value to this variable. That means assignment operator means single equal to, you are copying the right side value to left side variable. So what is the assignment operator? You are copying the right side variable to left side variable. So this value will go and store in this variable name. That means this variable contains this value. 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 That's the static variables. So double equal to is called comparison operator. Any two numbers, if you want to compare, you will use a double equal to. So see that I and X. So I double equal to X. So this is the how you can compare. So comparison means both are same or not, you are comparing. Numbers only can compare. So to compare numbers, what is the operator you have to use? This double equal to. If you want to assign a value, what is the operator you need to use? Single equal to. That's the. So now this is the assignment operator or the comparison operator, this one.
Assignment.
Assignment. That means 3.14 you assign to pi variable. So here, this is the assignment operator. So 0 you are assigning to this variable. So static blocks means, so static blocks are used to initialize your static variable values. So you declare, so any variable value, you can declare that variable like this, and you can assign the value like this. So you can initialize this J value in the static block. This is how you write a static block, static curly bracket and curly bracket. So you can write inside the static block print statements, so variables, so calculations, so declarations, anything you can do. So this is the static block will execute even before the main method. So the generally main method will execute first, right? But before main method, this static block will execute. Okay. So anything you want to execute before main method, something important one, you can write a static block. So that's all about static keyword, static blocks. So why main method made it as a static means, because every line you want to execute, right? If you don't make a main method as a static, so every line will call the main method. So then it will occupy the memory. For example, if there are 100 lines, 100 times the memory will allocate. So instead of 100 times, if you make them as a static, it will occupy only one time, and you can reuse by all lines. So that is the reason, to avoid extra memory allocation, they made it as a static. That's the reason why they made it as a static keyword. Okay, so that's all. Please go through the video one more time, make your high level points and practice, create a this. So one class you create these methods, right? All this static demo, you declare in this class all these static methods and write some print statement in the each method. Okay, each method, and you declare some static variables. Here is the static variable syntax. So here is the variables I have created, all the static variables you declare in this class. So that's the exercise for you. Okay. So you write and that class you share it with me. Okay.
Okay.
And also you have to explain tomorrow all the modifiers and what is static keyword and how it is used and static variable syntax. So you need to explain the variable syntax, and you need to explain this syntaxes you need to write in front of me. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So any questions?